Praise Pathways presents Unveiling Exodus, a simple guide to the Old Testament epic. Exodus, the second book of the Old Testament, is a gripping tale of liberation and faith. Let's explore this biblical masterpiece in easy-to-understand language. Born into a time of strife, Moses is a Hebrew child raised in an Egyptian palace. His saga begins with a miracle, hidden in a basket and found by an Egyptian princess. As Moses grows, he witnesses the Hebrew suffering. Caught between his roots and upbringing, an incident forces him to flee Egypt, leaving his privileged life behind. In the wilderness, Moses encounters God in the form of a burning bush. He receives a divine calling to free his people from Egypt's tyranny. Armed with God's promise and power, Moses returns to Egypt. He urges Pharaoh to free the Hebrews. But Pharaoh's heart is hardened, he refuses, setting the stage for divine intervention. God sends 10 terrible plagues upon Egypt. Each is a display of divine power, aimed to break Pharaoh's obstinacy. Yet, each time the Pharaoh relents, he reneges, prolonging the Hebrews' suffering. On the eve of the 10th plague, the Hebrews are instructed to mark their doors with lamb's blood. This sign spares them from the final plague, the death of the firstborn. This Passover leads to the Hebrews' release. However, Pharaoh's change of heart is fleeting. As the Hebrews reach the Red Sea, they find themselves trapped, the Egyptian army in pursuit. Moses, trusting God, parts the Red Sea. The Hebrews cross safely, but the pursuing Egyptians are swallowed by the returning waters. The miraculous escape further cements Moses' leadership and God's protection. In the Sinai desert, the Hebrews face new challenges, of survival and of faith. During this journey, they receive manna from heaven, quail for meat, and water from a rock, illustrating God's providence. Amidst thunder and smoke at Mount Sinai, Moses receives the 10 Commandments, God's laws for his people. These divine laws form the core of the Hebrews' covenant with God. Despite witnessing God's miracles, the people fall into idolatry, making a golden calf. This tests Moses' leadership as he pleads with God to spare his people, highlighting the struggle between divine justice and mercy. The people's remorse leads to the construction of the tabernacle, a portable temple symbolizing God's presence. This intricate project unites the people, turning a group of freed slaves into a nation under God. The book of Exodus isn't just about physical liberation, but spiritual liberation too. It's about a people learning to trust in divine providence, and the birth of a faith that would shape the world. Exodus is a tale of divine power, human resilience, and faith. It's a reminder that liberation isn't just about breaking chains, but also about the journey towards a promised land. The lessons of Exodus are timeless. They remind us of the importance of trust in higher powers, the strength in unity, and the courage it takes to stand for justice. In its essence, Exodus is a tale of hope, faith, and the triumph of the human spirit. It reminds us that even in the darkest hours, liberation and renewal are possible. So that's Exodus in a nutshell, a tale of liberation, faith, and resilience. It's a reminder that in our life's journey, believing in a higher power can guide us towards our promised land. Thank you for joining this simplified journey into Exodus. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we continue our exploration into the Old Testament with the book of Leviticus. If you believe in the positive impact we're striving for, share this video with friends, family, or anyone you think might resonate with our message. Let's grow this community together.